This is based on a true story. Marcella had always experienced strange paranormal encounters, but only a handful had ever truly unsettled her. This was one of them. It began one quiet night while she was lying in bed, watching television, hoping to drift off to sleep. Curled up in the fetal position, she suddenly felt the mattress shift, as though someone had just climbed in beside her. At first, she assumed it was her husband returning to bed, but then she remembered he was away on a business trip. Fear paralyzed her. The faint ripples from the water mattress continued to move, as though a body had pressed against it. Marcella wanted to turn and look, but terror rooted her in place. Even her lips wouldn't move to form words. Finally, she forced herself to reach one trembling hand behind her. Her husband's side of the bed felt icy cold, the unmistakable chill of a presence. In that moment, she knew she wasn't alone. She whispered a quick prayer, begging the spirit to leave. Too afraid to interact, she turned off the TV, pulled the covers over her head, and eventually forced herself to sleep. End. Before we continue, please share, like, and subscribe for more real spooky stories. But the night wasn't over. Hours later, Marcella was jolted awake by the sound of the TV switching on by itself. Half asleep, she glanced at the nightstand only to see the remote exactly where she had left it. Anger bubbled up through her fear. "Leave me alone," she shouted into the darkness. "If you want my attention, come back when I'm awake, not when I'm trying to sleep." She pulled the covers back over her face and forced herself to ignore it. Days passed, and she tried to forget the incident. One evening, after returning from a night out with friends, she sat on the bed, placing her dog beside her. She reached for the remote when a loud bang echoed across the room, like something heavy had fallen. She leapt to her feet, searching, but nothing had moved. Her dog, however, stood stiff, barking furiously into the far corner of the bedroom. Marcella followed his gaze, and for just a moment, she thought she saw it. A tall, shifting shadow pressed against the wall, darker than the room itself. Her heart pounded. Grabbing her dog, she whispered, "What do you see? What is it?" But there was no answer, only the dog's frantic barking at the empty corner. The fear was too much. Marcella hurried out of the house, deciding she couldn't stay there another night alone. She drove to a friend's home, vowing not to return until her husband was back. For Marcella, it wasn't just the strange activity that haunted her, it was the timing. Always late at night when she was alone. And in those moments, she couldn't shake the feeling that the spirit wasn't just haunting the house. It was haunting her